up, everybody? We got one more NFL game in 2023, and this is it right here, right now. Myself and Mr. Bryson Owens are going to be ending the year with you guys. First of all, hope everybody has a great New Year's Eve, a great New Year's. Stay safe out there. Enjoy this last football game. Going to try to get you guys one more winner before you cash in on your 2023 end of year statement. So, looking at this one, this is going to be a pretty good game. Some people sleeping on this game. I don't think they understand there is still some implications with this one. You got the Green Bay Packers on the road. They are 1-point dogs at the Minnesota Vikings. Total points here, 43.5. Packers, I do want to throw out there, I was looking at this line 5 days ago. They were 2.5-point dogs, now only one. So odds makers are just saying, you know what, let's pull back a little bit. This is a coin toss kind of game. Bryson, you got Jordan Love taking on Jaren Hall. Nick Mullins no longer the guy there in Minnesota. First of all, do you have any thoughts on Hall? Do you think he compares at all to Jordan Love? And do you think the dog here with the tiny plus money on the road is the move?
Yeah, I don't know a ton about Jaren Hall. He's a rookie for them out of BYU. He is the guy who kind of gets overshadowed because in Joshua Dobbs' first game as a Viking, he came in to fill for Jaren Hall. I remember, for whatever reason, I remember this play exactly. He was doing pretty well to start that game. He went 5 of 6 for 78 yards. He had 2 carries for 11 yards. So he was moving the ball against a pretty good Atlanta Falcons defense, and they got into the red zone. He ran for what could have been a touchdown and just got hammered right around the 2-yard line, got a concussion, was taken out of the game, and Joshua Dobbs famously won that game for them. Everyone made a huge storyline of it, as they should have. And Jaren Hall kind of got forgot about the rest of the year. I think he's got a lot of talent. From what I understand, he's got a good arm. He's pretty athletic. But this is a really tough spot to put a rookie in because, like you mentioned, there's a lot on the line for both these teams. They're both 7-8. They're both a game out of a wild card spot. And both the Seahawks and the Rams, who's ahead of them for that wild card spot, they have tough matchups this week. The Seahawks take on the Steelers, and I believe the Rams are taking on the Niners. So this is a really good chance for either of these teams to jump up into the wild card spot. And it's tough to throw a rookie out there. The Packers, they're playing pretty well. They're a bit of an up and down team, but Jordan Love, when he catches fire, he's really, really good. My one concern for the Packers, I've got 2 of them actually. One, Jordan Love is most likely missing a couple of his big receivers. Christian Watson is doubtful with a hamstring injury, and Dontavian Wicks is questionable with a chest injury. Those are 2 really important targets for him. And this is a really good Vikings defense. This defense has been slept on all year. They are number 9 in the NFL in rushing defense. They're number 10 in scoring defense. Their secondary is above average, and they are really good at getting to the quarterback. So I think this is a tough matchup for both teams, but with Jordan Love having the experience of starting all season and kind of having those ups and downs, I like that in a must-win game over a rookie who hasn't played in weeks.
I will throw out there, I know that the Rams are playing the Giants and the Niners are playing the Commanders. I do think both of them are going to win this week. I will say that. I am on both of those teams. But even with that said, it's still a huge game. It still matters. If either of these teams win out, I don't see how they're not in if they win the next 2 games. So very important here. Man, I'm struggling to figure out why. Why are the Packers not favored here? Like, I know they've kind of, they really had that down slope where they were good. Everyone was like, oh my God, we all doubted Jordan Love. Maybe this guy is good. And then we were like, nope, haha, he almost fooled us. That's Jordan Love right there. But he's still better than Jaren Hall. Flat out. I still think the Packers' run game is better. I think the Packers' pass defense is better. I don't see how Jaren Hall is going to move the ball on the Green Bay Packers. I'm struggling to figure out how he's going to do that. You mentioned, you know what, maybe he got hurt because he was going balls to the wall. He took a shot he shouldn't have took in front of the end zone. Fine. But just because you got a little bit of balls doesn't mean you know how to dissect a defense. I don't think that they should be favored here. I think it should be Packers -2, something like that here. So I'm going to go with the trend. I wish I got the 2.5 free points. Honestly, I'll take the 1 point. I'm not even going to go with the plus 100 money line. Give me the 1 point. This could totally be a 1 point football game on either side here. So I'll take the 1 free point just for the fun of it. But I think the Packers are the better team. I think the line is wrong, and I'm with you here. I think Jordan Love just simply outclasses the Vikings. Jordan Love, to me, this game has first 1 to 20 probably is going to win this football game, and I don't see Minnesota even getting there at all. So I'll go Packers plus the 1. If you guys want to try a little baby dog, go ahead. But once again, could be a close game. And with that, I think 1 point might just come in handy there. But Bryson, 43.5 points here. What do you do?
I would probably take the under in this game. Neither offense for these teams have really been lighting up. I know the Packers had a good week last week. It was against the Panthers. I'm not taking too much into consideration there. Neither offense is great at scoring. The Packers are tied for 11th. That's not bad. The Vikings are 21st in the NFL, though, in scoring. Meanwhile, on the defense, the Minnesota Vikings, like I mentioned, they're 10th in the NFL in scoring defense. The Packers, they're just about average. They're 17th. I think that with a rookie quarterback in for Minnesota, like you mentioned, this could be a game where first team to 20 wins, and neither of us really see the Vikings getting close to 20 right now. I would probably take the under here. It's tough with it being 43.5 points, but I see this game being something like a 21 to 17 type of game.
Bryson, I know I've been asking you about same game parlays in every single game, and I got one here for us. What's your take on Packers plus 4.5 and under 51.5 at plus 110 odds?
That's my favorite one you've given me so far. I mean, we just mentioned we think the Packers have a chance to win this as dogs. So you're getting another 4.5 points?
4.5. Yep.
So you're getting another 3.5 points on there. And I just said we don't think both teams put up 20 points. If one team puts up 20, it's barely over it. To reach 50 plus points, someone has to put up 30 points. And I don't see either team doing that.
There you go, guys. We're going to go Packers plus 4.5 under 51.5 plus 110. Could you ask for a better same game parlay to end the year on? Now, we usually do not give you guys touchdown scores when we are looking towards the under. However, we're not saying there's only going to be 2 touchdowns here. We're saying maybe a good solid 3 to 5 touchdowns, depending on what happens here. So let's take a look here just for fun. We're only going to give you 1 each. But Bryson, your favorite touchdown scorer on this board, who are you looking at?
I like Romeo Doubs for the Green Bay Packers. I just mentioned Jordan Love's going to be most likely missing Christian Watson, one of his big play receivers. He'll probably be missing Dontarian Wicks, who's been coming along nicely with him. Romeo Doubs seems to be the number 1 wide receiver in Green Bay right now. He is number 1 on the team in touchdowns. He usually gets the bulk of the targets from Jordan Love. He seems to be the other deep threat for him. It's at plus 190. You get good odds on him. In a game like this, I kind of just like the number 1 receiver for either team because that's what the quarterback's going to rely on in a must-win game. So I would probably lean on a Romeo Doubs touchdown.
I like it. I like your Romeo Doubs at plus money here. I know I'm breaking the rules here, and I literally just said 1 guy each, but I have 1 regular guy and I have 1 long shot now that I scrolled down this list and I saw somebody and I was like, oh my God, I have to do it. But my guy I really like here is Aaron Jones anytime for the Packers running back. I already mentioned the very beginning. I think their running game is next levels above the Minnesota running game here. Aaron Jones should be the main guy. A.J. Dillon, you usually see them like back-to-back on the odds. A.J. Dillon way down there at the bottom. They don't see him getting many carries here. 70% or more should be going to Aaron Jones, and Aaron Jones likes to punch in touchdowns. I think him at plus money is a good pick. But my end of the year and on a banger pick, Bryson, that I got to ask you about here, and I want your honest opinion. If you don't like it, tell me I'm crazy. Jordan Love, anytime at plus 475. We've seen him do the quarterback sneak tush push a few times. We've seen him run the football well. I do think this Minnesota secondary, they're not very disciplined outside of Harrison Smith. I could see them getting a little bit lost, forgetting to key in on him, and he just goes, oh, look, runs 8 yards forward, walks into the end zone. Plus 475. Is it worth it?
I do think that's worth a long shot bet to end the year for this one because Jordan Love is a sneaky good athlete. It's not something he gets talked about a lot. He's a pretty solid athlete. He's not the Lamar Jackson type where he's getting run plays called for him, but he's a good enough guy where if the protection breaks down and he sees an opening, like you mentioned, if the secondary gets a little bit undisciplined, he's more than capable of running 10 yards for a touchdown, getting in the red zone. And the one thing I do really like about this play is the Vikings have a really good run defense. It could be a situation the Packers get down to like the 3-yard line. The Vikings are anticipating an Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon handoff, and Jordan Love just keeps it himself, walks in for a 3-yarder. I see no reason not to play that one.
Jordan Love plus 475, guys. Romeo Doubs and Aaron Jones. So 3 Packers should get it. I don't see how we don't get in somehow. We're going to get at least one of those boys in, if not 2 of them, maybe even all 3. Guys, that is it for us over here for the final game of the year. We've had a great 2023 with all of you. Big stuff coming in 2024. Please, if you're not already, check out our website, sportsforumdenver.com. Click that subscribe button on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you guys are. Please give us a follow at Denver Forum. Seriously, we have some very, very big announcements coming out in the next month or so, and we are hoping that you guys enjoy it. Enjoy the ride. Shout out to our man Bryson Owens, 16, myself at Rig Sports Talk. Stay safe. Have a great end of 2023, and we will see all of you